Welcome to Awesome Code. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my video. In this video, we will implement a basic registration and login system without worrying about any styling issues. We will work with forms, sending requests, and working with the MySQL database. I have this XAMPP installed on my system and I will create a database first. I will use phpMyAdmin to create our database, uh, and we can click on this tab here for database, and the field over here we can type in the database name. I will name it school and click on this create button, and our school database is created. And we can go back to the home page of phpMyAdmin and click on databases. And we can see our database is listed over here, the school database. Now I'm going to create a user for our database. We can click on user accounts tab. And here are the list of users. I will add a new one. We need to scroll down a bit and click on add user account link. Here you need to add a username. I will add a Tom, and for the host name I will select localhost, and the password you need to select a good password. For now I'm just going to select Tom123, and we need to retype the password. This one is very big password, but I'm just using it to keep it simple. And you can also generate a password by clicking over here, and it will create a strong password for you. But for now I'm just going to leave it simple, Tom123. And over here I'm going to check all privileges for this user and scroll down and click on go. And we can see the new user added. And now I will open application folder. And then we are going to look for htdocs folder. Click on it. Here I'm going to create another folder, and I will name it school, and we are going to add our PHP file inside this folder. I will just copy the path over here, and I will create my PHP files inside this folder. You can use any editor. I'm going to use Visual Code and save the file in that folder. First, I'm going to create a db.php file to make the database connection. And we can go to the other location, and over here under computer, and I need to go to opt, and then there will be a lamp. on Linux system. If you have installed XAMPP, and then inside htdocs folder under the school, I will name this file db.php. This will be db.php file. And so we are going to write a code to connect to our database. This will be our PHP file, PHP tag starting, and this will be our server name. Server name variable set to localhost. And then I will have a variable username, the user we created on for our database using phpMyAdmin, Tom. And then I will have a password variable set to the password of the user, Tom123. And then I will have a variable db name, our database name, school. And now I'm going to create a connection by using a MySQL. And this will be our connection. New MySQL, and we need to pass in server name, username, password, and our DB name. And then we are going to check the connection. If connection is okay or not, we can use if condition. If connections get the connect error, then we are going to print the message and exit the script by using die function. And over here we are going to print connection failed, and also add the error message, the cause for connection failure. This will be connection connect error. Else we are going to print a database connected. So here I will use else, and we don't require else statement because if there is error, then the script will die. And over here we can just print connected successfully. Let's run our code and check if it's working. We need a PHP end tag. We can access our file db.php using a browser. So over here, I will open another tab and type in HTTP localhost and then the path of the directory, the folder, school, and inside school we have our file db.php and hit enter and we get this message connected successfully, so we are able to connect to our database. Now I will add a query to create a table, and this table will be created only once. So I will add a create table if not exist statement. So I will define a string. This will be SQL and SQL to create table. So over here, create table, and we are going to check if it's uh, if not exist, and over here we are going to type in if not exists. Table name will be users, and user will have a username field, type varchar, size of 20, not null, and then I will have a password field, also of type varchar, size 20, and this field cannot be null, not null. And then I will have another field phone that will have a phone number of type varchar, and the size is 10, and this one is also not null. I need to make a username, yeah, already not null, so I was just making sure these all field are not null, and we also need a unique username. So after this, not the last one, we are going to add a unique, and that will be our username. We don't need a duplicate username in our table. Need to remove this extra. And now we can execute the query by using our connection, and if condition, if connection, the query function, and we are going to pass in our SQL query statement, and we are going to check for true. If it true. We are going to print the message. Uh, we will echo it. We can say table uh, user created. Else we can print some error message. Echo error in creating table. And we are going to add the error message. That will be connection error. So this we are going to concatenate the error message, connection, and then error. Not over here in else statement. And now we can run our script again to create the table if it don't already exist. So we don't have that table now. We are hope to that this table is created after we run this file db.php, and we need to refresh this page. We are missing semicolon where we defined our SQL string, and we need just one dot for concatenation. And we get this message, this connected successfully. This was a message, the code we added before, and now we are more focused on this one, table users created. Now we can go to our php myadmin and check if the table is created. We can go to database tab, databases, and here we need to select our database school, and we can see our table user created for us. There will be no data yet inside our table users. We are going to insert the data when we will register users. We can click on structure to look at the structure of our table. Here are our table fields: username, password, and phone. I will remove this else statement. We don't need it because we are going to create this table just once, and we don't need this error message printing out. We are going to include this file in our other PHP files. I will leave the code over here. I will just use a multi-line comment. You may need to use this code, so I will leave it over here, and I will just comment this else statement. Now I'm going to add another file, login info.php, which will check the user status that if user is logged in by checking user session and cookie. And we will also add a function to name logged out, which will help user log out if the user is already logged in. So I will add a file login info. I will create this file inside our school folder and login info dot php. Add the php tag starting and the end tag, and now add a function to check if a user is logged in. This will be function is logged in, and inside this function I will call session start function. Session start function. Session start function start new or resume existing session. So it creates a session or resumes the current one based on a session identifier. Inside our is logged in function, I will use if condition to check the session of a user. So we can use if not is set session, and inside we will have a user, and here we are checking if our session is not set. And now we are going to check if the cookies are set for a user. What is a cookie? A cookie is often used to identify a user. A cookie is a small file that the server embeds on the user's computer. Each time the same computer requests a page with a browser, it will send the cookie to. We will use its set function to find out if the cookie is set. And over here we will add is set. If the cookie set for the user, we are going to set the user session value to the value of cookie if the user session is not set. So this will be session, and this will be user, and set its value to the value of the user cookie. So over here I will just copy this one, yeah, cookie user, and this will be from here up to here. And at the end, return after if statement. return the value of is set function, checking for the session. And this will be and now I will add another function for user to log out. In this function, we will unset the session of user. And we are going to set cookie of, we are clearing the user cookie here, unsetting the session and clearing user cookie. And we are going to redirect the user to index page. And now we are going to write the code for registration form. We will create a PHP file that will output a form containing 3 fields: username, password, and phone number. These fields should be sent via post request to the same file, and our code should take care of inserting them into a database named school and table users, and then confirm the registration by displaying the username and phone number back to the browser. If the username already exists, our insert query should fail, because we designated the username field as unique. We should query the database before attempting the insert. And if the username exists already, we need to display an error message and a blank registration form again. We also need to properly escape user input before making the database query. So let's create our register.php file and save into same folder, school folder, under the htdocs. This will be save as. Register.php. HTML tags, start and end tag, and this will be our head tag. And inside head tag, we are going to add the title, the page title, registration, and then I'm going to add a body tag, start and end of body tag, and then I will call session start function to start or resume the session. And we require our login info file. So this will be login info.php. and I need to add PHP tags. Start of PHP and end of PHP and tag. So we are going to first check if a user already logged in. Check if user already logged in. This is our comment. And over here, I'm going to check if is logged in. We are going to use a is logged in function. And here, if the user is already logged in, we are going to redirect the user to index page. So this will be header location, and this will be index.php. And we are going to call exit function. Else we will try to register user. So over here we have a variable success set to false, and we will attempt registration. We'll use if condition to check if is set the post field username. If user submitted the username, and is set post field password. If the username and password both are set, we are going to require our db.php. So we are going to include that. Require db.php. And now we will get the username from post array. This will be our user. And we are going to use a real escape string to escape special characters. So this would be MySQL connection, and this will be real escape. String, and we are going to pass in the post array with a username. And we will have our SQL query to check if this username exists or not in our table. So this would be select count. We're going to count the username from users where username I will just keep it uppercase. Username equal and our user variable. And we are going to perform the query and get the result back. So it will be our result and our connection query and pass in our SQL query. And now we are going to call results fetch associative array. It will put all the result into an associative array that we can loop through. So this will be if result num rows are greater than 0, and we can fetch a row. Here we are going to check if row count is not 0. We can echo the user already exists. Else we are going to get the fields and try to insert it to database. So this will be our pass. I'll copy from here. And here I will modify the keys for post So first we are going to get the password, and then phone, change this to phone. And now we are going to declare our insert query. And add insert into users values, and these will be the values. User pass and phone. We want to perform the query, execute the query, so we need our connection and query function, and we are going to pass in our insert query. If there is any error, then we are going to print the error. So I will add a if condition over here. If query, the result of query is true, then we are going to print the message that over here. I'll remove this one. We can echo new record created successfully. Else, if there is error, then we are going to print echo error, and we are going to print the error by using connection error. And let me need to remove these extras. And here I'm going to check if not success. Then we are going to print the form. So this will be H1 registration form, H1 heading, and then break. And now the form action. Same page, register.php, the same file, and method set to post. first the username. This is input of type text, name set to username, and then break. And then we need to add a password field to our form. This would be password and input type password and name is password break. And then our phone field, this would be over here, and input type text and name is set to phone. And then input type submit button. So this will be input type submit. And then end the form. And then we will add a link to a home page, which is our index.php, and link name, in text. And then we have a login page link. Login.php. Click here to login. With connection over here, $ is missing. And also here in else block. I will add a break here. And yeah, that's fine, I think so. And we can access our page over here at localhost school and our file name register.php, and this is our simple registration form. Our password field is not showing up. There is a P missing over here. This is input. Now we also have a password field. After new record is added, I need to add success value, variables value to true. So this would be, and here we are missing the double quotes for phone. And the name is password for password field. And here we have an extra n. I will comment this statement, echo table user created in our db.php. We don't need that one. I don't need this if condition, so I will go ahead and remove this. And over here, and I will also remove the statement of the echo part over here that connected successfully. We don't need this now. That was for testing, for connection to database. We don't need to print that now. So we go back to our register and open a browser and insert a user, register a user. For username, I will enter test, password, test12, and phone just 1234, and hit submit. And we get the message new record created successfully. And we can go to our PHP MyAdmin and check the record over there. And we can see that the record inserted username, password, and phone. Now we will try to again insert a user or register a user with the same username such as test. And now I will refresh this, make a new request to this page and try to enter the same user with the test and password and just a phone number, and click on submit. Now we get the message the user already exists, so we don't get the duplicate user this way. Now we are going to add a code for our login page. So I will go back to our IDE and create a new file, login.php, login.php. First I will add HTML tag, and tag for HTML, and then title inside our the head tag in HTML, and the page title will be login page, and then I will add a body tag, and inside body tag the start of PHP tag, and also I will add PHP end tag. Now I will call session start and require our login info.php file. Check the user if already logged in. So we are going to use if condition is logged in, and if the user is already logged in, we are going to uh, redirect user to index.php. And exit. And now we are going to check if the user tried to log in. So this will be if is set our post arrays username and also we are going to check for the password if that is set also. I will just copy this up to here and change it to password. So we are checking here if the user submitted the username and password using the login form. And now we are going to establish our database connection by requiring our db.php file. And now we are going to get the user. And I will copy this statement and change our username to password. So we are getting the password over here, and I will name it pass this variable. And now here is our select query. Select password from users where username equals and we also need a real escape string. this will be connection real escape string, and we need to pass in the user. And now we are going to execute this query. So this would be, and get the results back. Result. Connection query method, and pass in our select query. Or if there is an error, we can do or die MySQL error, and pass in the connection. If there are no error, we are going to fetch the row by using result fetch associative array, and this will be our row. I'm going to result fetch associate. Now we are going to check if user enter password is equal to the password stored in our table, users table. So if it matches, we are going to set the session. Sessions user value to the user, and this will be, first we are going to use the real escape string to make the username safe. Over here, this would be real escape string, and here we are going to pass in the user enter. Now we are also going to check if user selected the remember option. Then we are also going to set the cookie value. Remember if it's set, then we are also going to set the cookie for the user. Set cookie will be user, and again the real escape string. I will just copy that line from here. and set the cookie for 24 hours by using time and add plus 60, 260 into 24. And then redirect the user to index page. This will be header location index.php. And here will be as else, and here we are going to print message invalid username or password. And we need to end if here. I think so there is one extra. And now we are going to add a form for not logged in. So is a form action. This will be the same login.php. You can also use servers PHP self, so I'm just keeping simple over here. Then, method is set to post. Then our form fields, username, I will copy those username, password, and also new field, remember me. So here are our username, password, and remember me checkbox and submit button. And the same way we added index and register.php files to register and the home link. Let's try our login now. This one need to be working. And this one is extra. I need to remove this. And I need to end PHP tag before adding HTML form. And remove the extra one below. Now I need to add in index.php over here, new file. And this is the code for our index.php. Just session start and require login info.php. And then we are going to do the same thing, check the login. If is logged in, we are going to print the greeting message, welcome, and the user, and also provide the logout link. Else, we are going to say you're not logged in, and just two links to log in and register. The simple index page. Now I will also add a logout page. This will be logout.php. And the code here is also very simple, just a session start and require our login info.php file and just call the logout function of this file. So we are going to uh, access our index.php and we get this message now, the link to login and register. We are just going to ignore this one right now. So here is the message, you are not logged in. So I will click on login and we go to login page, and here I'm going to add a test username that we use to register test. And I think so the password was test12. Let's try it and click on submit, and we get redirected to index.php, and over here it says welcome test, so we are able to log in. So I will now click on logout, and we are redirected again to index.php, and here we get the message, you are not logged in. So this is a simple user registration system using PHP and MySQL, login and registration. You can improve this by encrypting the password before saving into database. I just wanted to keep it simple. To keep on learning, please subscribe to my YouTube channel Awesome Code, and don't forget to like my video and keep supporting me, and thank you for watching.